Hi everyone, welcome to Aasiyah TV. This is episode number 2. I'm really excited because number one, I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited for those of you who have subscribed to my videos. Thank you. Anytime I upload a video and I put up a new episode, you're going to be notified immediately so you can start watching right away. For those of you who are brand new and haven't subscribed to my channel yet, there is a red button right below this video and it says subscribe. So go ahead and click on that and subscribe today so you don't miss out on any of my future videos and you're always notified as soon as my next episodes are loaded up onto my YouTube channel. Thank you again for being a part of Aasiyah TV. Now, what am I going to talk about today? Today's episode is going to be on being careful with the words that we say. I think it's an important episode to talk about because, to be honest with you, it really encompasses every area of our lives, from leadership to relationships and personal development and speaking and so much more. Why do we want to be careful with the words that we say? Because here's the thing, our words can impact another person. It can impact them in a positive way or in a negative way. It depends on the type of words that we say. So what I want to address today with all of you is being aware of our words, being aware of what we say to people and how we treat people through our words. Because our words actually do dictate our action. And even if people say action speaks louder than words, I think words speak a lot more louder, especially to our subconscious. And actions that supersede that and come together with the words, yeah, they all affect us. They all affect us no matter what. And not one supersedes the other. Actions and words, depending on what type of action it is towards us and what kind of words are being used towards us, can be taken on a positive or a negative level. You know, when I was younger, when I was like in elementary school, growing up from elementary all the way to high school, I was constantly made fun of. And I mean constantly made fun of. I had every student in every class of mine make fun of me. I didn't have any friends. And the words that were being used to hurt me were words such as fat, ugly, fatso. I mean, think of all the derogatory words you can think of when you're, criticizing someone for being a little bit more overweight than you. And when I was a little kid, I was actually an overweight child. So I grew up being an overweight kid and then getting into being an overweight adult. I grew up with this issue. And I had people make fun of me from my peers at school all the way to the community, that I was involved with, my own Indian Pakistani community. The aunties and their daughters were always making fun of me. Not to mention people in my own family sometimes would make fun of me. And I was called names like stupid and idiot sometimes. And no matter what you say, it doesn't matter. All of these words are actually considered mental and verbal abuse. And a person should never have to be dealing with that. If you have kids, I really urge you to teach your kids how to speak to people with respect and how to use more positive and affirming words that encourage others, inspire others, rather than using words that can hurt somebody and that are derogatory in nature. That's definitely an advice I would give you. And in my case, I wish these parents had given the same advice to these children, because from elementary all the way up to my junior year of high school, I was made fun of on a constant basis. And it was consistent. And it was everybody making fun of me. It wasn't just one random person who was a bully. It was everybody. And before you say, well, everyone was made fun of, I was made fun of too when I was a kid. You were made fun of, probably by a few people. I don't know. Your story is different than mine. But I was made fun of by every single person in the class. So if you have 30 students in each class, from elementary, and you only had one class in elementary, and then you had 6 classes in junior high and 6 classes in high school. Think about it. That's a lot of people that were making fun of you, and a lot of people that just didn't want to have you as a friend because you were very different from them, and you didn't look like them. You weren't skinny. You weren't thin. You weren't, looking a specific way or acting a specific way. Maybe you dress differently. Maybe your hair was like a completely different style. I don't know. People make fun of us for all kinds of reasons, and they like to judge and criticize. And the only thing I want to say is we shouldn't do that. And we need to watch what we say, because the thing is, as little kids, when we hear negative things coming out of the mouth of our parents, and when we hear negative things coming out of the mouth of our peers and our teachers, it affects us. It actually affects us here in our heart, and it goes deep into our subconscious. So we actually get affected very much with our words. And the words that affect us, they affect us in such a horrible way that we don't ever understand and know why until we think about it later. Oh, well, why do I feel so worthless? Or why do I feel like I am this bad, ugly person? It's because we took in those words that people had said to us a long time ago. And even if those people are not in our lives anymore and haven't said those words to us anymore, it doesn't matter. Words are words, and words can hurt us. And actions and words together can be extremely hurtful if they're done in the wrong way, and if they're done in a way that's negative. When I was having problems with people making fun of me, I remember my parents going to my elementary school teacher, and my uncle actually went, one of my uncles went with me, and he was wondering, like, well, why are these people always making fun of Aasiyah? Why are the students always making fun of her? You know, and what's going on? And instead of the teacher protecting me and being there for me against these bullies, I was told I was the problem. I had a social problem. I didn't know how to socialize with people. I didn't know how to get along with everybody. But it wasn't true. And I was like, no, that's not true. People make fun of me. How can I socialize with people if they don't even want to talk to me or get to know me, and all they want to do is make fun of me? You know, when I was in elementary school, same thing. When I was in high school, same thing. Junior high, same thing. I mean, in every class I was in, it was the same thing. And my community was the same thing. And how I got over that, I mean, it took a lot of work within myself, because I grew up believing those words so much that I remember telling people in my life, and you know, especially my mom, oh, I'm fat and ugly. And I would do all these crash diets. My mom would constantly tell me, there's nothing wrong with you. You're beautiful. And I would tell her, yeah, but mom, you're my mom. You're always going to think I'm beautiful because I'm your daughter. And then I learned later on that not every parent thinks that their kid is beautiful, because obviously I've heard stories from other people who said that their own mother would make fun of them and say things to them, or their own fathers would criticize them. And I don't think that that's right. You know, you're a parent, please love your child and give them good positive words, because that's probably the only thing they're going to hear that's going to help them to move forward in their life. And my mom would always say good positive words to me. So that helped me quite a bit with being more positive about myself. But I mean, I struggled. I struggled so much. I struggled with my weight. I was doing all these different yo-yo diets just so I could lose weight, because I kept thinking, well, when I lose weight, people are going to look at me differently. They're going to respect me more. But that's not true, because even if you lose the weight, it's about how you feel about yourself. And if those words hurt you so much that you start to feel negative about yourself, no matter what you do to change the way you look or to change the way you are, you've got to change the way you feel. And sometimes we say words to ourselves that are extremely hurtful. Would we ever want to say the type of words that we say to ourselves to the people that we know in our lives? To our best friend, to our kids, to our relatives, to the people that we love? No, I would never want to be called fat and ugly and then call myself those names. And I would never want to be telling somebody that they're fat or ugly or criticize them, because that's not true, you know? And we need to accept people the way that they are. So why can't we use kinder words? It took a lot of time and a lot of energy for me to start looking at myself differently, to start taking care of myself more, and to improve myself in a way that if I wanted to be a better, more stronger person in my life, and to have a sense of self-worth and self-esteem, I really needed to look at myself very differently. I needed to look at myself not as a fat and ugly girl, but as someone who's beautiful, someone who's got so much to offer to the world and who's got so much to give, and to put myself in that way. So I had to work on my confidence. I had to work on my well-being. I had to work on being the person that I wanted to be, not the person society says I should be. Not to be a specific size or to be a specific weight or to look a specific way or to act a way that society wants, but to act like Aasiyah, to be unique. And it's the same for all of you. I want you to act and be and accept yourself for who you are. Because we're all beautiful. We all have this beauty inside of us. And maybe we don't see the beauty, but other people are going to see our beauty. Other people are going to tell us, you're beautiful, you know? And I've had people tell me, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Well, thank you. But then whenever someone would say that to me in the past, I wouldn't believe them. So it took a lot of work for me to believe it in myself before I could believe it before I could believe what others would say to me. And I got to tell you, all of these things that I learned in my life taught me a lot of life lessons. In fact, it taught me how to work and be a better person, how to work to be kind to others and to also watch my own mouth so that I don't say anything negative about other people or about myself. And, you know, there are still times where I will find myself saying something negative about me or thinking or being or feeling a certain way about myself. And you know what? That's normal because I'm a human being. I'm not perfect. And there are going to be days where we're all going to feel a little bit more about, a little less about, you know, a little less positive about ourselves. I mean, we're going to think that way. But the more positive we think about ourselves and the more that we say good things to ourselves, we're going to be able to say good things to other people. So I wanted to go ahead and tell you this because we have to watch the words that we say. When we say words that are discouraging to other people, it affects them. And we don't know that. Only they can tell us that. And they can see that and they can sense it. So for example, if you went someplace and you see somebody and they're kind of dressed a little funny, maybe, to you, and maybe they're not dressed in a way that you would expect a person to be dressed at an event, and you tell somebody sitting next to you, you know, that person, so-and-so, they're kind of dressed a little weird, they've got these weird colors, they look kind of goofy, and this person you're criticizing just walks past you and hears the words that you say. They might act like they didn't hear you. They might act like it didn't affect them. But trust that secretly, they're sitting there thinking, wow, this person just said some stuff about me. Am I really this person that shouldn't be dressing this way? Is there something wrong with me? No, there's nothing wrong with you. Nothing is ever wrong. People are always going to criticize and judge us, but it's up to us to take it or leave it. And as you get older, it gets easier to take it or leave it. But when you're younger, you can soak things in like a sponge. So you have to be careful, especially with the kids around the house. Be careful with the words that you say and encourage them and inspire them rather than teaching them how to bully others, right? And the same with adults. We're going to see adults who are going to criticize one another and say things about each other that are horrible and mean. So why not turn those words around and say something positive? Now, if we go back to that scenario, we're at an event, two people are talking and they see this guy or girl and they're dressed in the fashion that they're dressed in, let's say. They're dressed in some funny colors or whatever, you know, things that they're doing according to those two people. But when those two people see this person walk by, they go, you know what? I actually like that outfit. That's a really cool outfit. And then they start talking like about how awesome it is. Like, wow, I could never pull something off like that. But that person pulled it off and they wore this really awesome outfit. That is really awesome. And then this person's walking by and hears them say, yeah, this person is so cool for wearing this outfit. And that person smiles and says, wow, I'm glad that somebody liked what I'm wearing. Yeah. Okay, another scenario. Somebody is going through a really rough time. Maybe they're depressed. Maybe they're going through something. You don't know. But chances are that they might be going through something. Now, if you're out and spending time with them, and they're telling you something about themselves, they're telling you something about their life, they're hoping that you don't criticize them, they're hoping you don't judge them, and they're certainly hoping that you don't stop talking to them because they actually want to be friends with you. They like you, but they don't want to lose someone like you if they think that they see something good about you, right? But if you're the type of person that someone tells you a little bit about their life and you run away, and instead you say things like, oh my God, this person's delirious, they've got this issue going on, they're this, they're that, and that other person hears you, that's going to affect them even more. You're going to actually hurt them. But if you're seeing that there's somebody who's going through something and you don't know what it is, And maybe they're wanting to tell you, but they need to be able to tell you, and they want to trust you. And trust is a huge deal. And that's why you need to be really careful with the words that you say, because the words that you say can either break trust or earn trust. So if you see that there's someone who's upset and they're going through something, and then they open up and they tell you about it, the words that you can say could be this: I'm really sorry that you're going through that, but I'm here for you. And I know that you're stronger than you think. And just to hear those words come from somebody, it makes a world of a difference. And that person senses that realism, and they say, hey, this person is really cool because, he or she took the time out to listen to me and didn't judge me or criticize me or say words to me that would hurt me more. But in fact, they actually just encouraged me, and they told me that everything was going to be okay. And they told me that I'm stronger than I think. And you know what? I believe that. I am stronger than I think. And you know what you just did? Those words that you said, they believed it. And because you said that they're stronger than they think, they start to develop themselves into becoming stronger people. When we speak to somebody and we encourage them and we say good things to them, they remember us. They do. You will hear maybe a story of somebody coming to you later. And I actually heard this story. There was a person who was speaking on stage, and they were doing an inspirational speech. It was very inspiring. And after they finished the speech, they were in the back of the room after the event, and people were coming up to that speaker and shaking their hand and saying good things. Oh, thank you so much for your talk. Oh, your talk was wonderful. Yeah, you really encouraged me. But you have one person that comes up to you, and even though everyone else says that you encouraged them with your talk, one person comes up to you, shakes your hand, and says, what you said made a huge difference in my life. Wow. And that actually happened to this person, the speaker, where the member from the audience that was really touched and moved from their speech came up to the speaker and said, your speech changed my life. And I'm going to go home and implement every single thing that you said today and remember you for the rest of my life. Wow. Powerful. How powerful is that? That you spoke and your talk changed somebody's life. Or the way that you treated somebody when they were down and the words that you chose to say to them to help encourage them changed their life. I would rather be known as someone that inspires people and someone that uses good words to help others than to be known as somebody who's a bully and somebody who's mean and critical and judges, right? That's why I tell you to be careful with the words that you say, because you could be in a position of leadership where you are talking to to your employees, or you're talking to other team members. And when you're talking to other team members, how do you speak to them? Do you speak to them with respect? I mean, would you want to speak to them the way that you'd want to be spoken to, or would you criticize and judge them? If you have a team of people that you're managing, the best thing that you can do is encourage and inspire them by saying kind words to them and good words to them, and words that actually encourage them to be more productive and to actually want to come in and do more work, because you've got to satisfy you got to satisfy them in that way. That's what they want to hear. They want to hear words of appreciation and encouragement, and you must appreciate people. Being grateful to each other. So, for example, telling your colleagues, I'm really grateful that I get to work with you. You have an amazing personality. Wow, that you just made that person's day by saying that. Or, bringing somebody home-cooked meal and saying, hey, you know what? I thought about you today, and I wanted to bring you a home-cooked meal. That's beautiful. Or how about more encouraging words such as, somebody, like I said, somebody who might be feeling down or out or might be depressed, and you sense that and you say, I don't know what's wrong, and you don't have to tell me anything, but I'm here for you if you ever want to talk. And you know what? I'm just going to tell you that your day is going to get better, and you're going to be much more happier. So I want you to think about the fact that you are the person that can change somebody's life by saying positive words to them. You can also change somebody's life by saying something negative to them. And either way, they're going to remember you. But would you choose to say negative things to yourself about yourself, because if you don't choose to say negative things about yourself, then you should never say anything bad to anybody, and you should never oppress anybody or say things that would hurt somebody. In fact, all of your words should always be coming from a place of encouragement. So be careful with the words that you say. Be careful with the words that we all say to one another. And watch your mouth, because your mouth is like your biggest enemy. Watch it. If you say something, you can't take it back. You can't take back the words that you've said to somebody. You can't take back your actions towards somebody. So you need to watch yourself, and you need to encourage yourself and take care of the type of words that you say to yourself. So that means saying encouraging words to yourself and telling yourself how awesome and amazing you are, and develop your self-confidence. And that also means to tell other people the same thing. A few things I'm going to leave for you to do, because I want you to start doing something today to help you and other people around you. Number one, say one positive thing about yourself today. It could be about your hair. It could be maybe you like the way that your shirt fits you. It could even be, hey, I just went and walked 2 miles today. I'm really proud of myself. Something that makes you happy, that encourages you. So one thing, just start off with one thing about yourself. Say one thing. And if you got to stand in front of the mirror to do it, do it. Okay? Number two, I want you to call somebody that you love and that you know. It could be your best friend. It could be a relative, your parents, your spouse, even your kids. It could be anybody, or even just somebody that you don't really know well, but you're just trying to get to know. Do one act of kindness for them. That act of kindness is, say something good to them. Encourage them. If you have a friend who's going through a hard time right now, please let them know. Send them a message of how much you care about them, and give them some good positive words. Tell them that you're there for them. Tell them that everything's going to be okay. You don't even have to know their situation at all. You just have to tell them that and encourage them. So I encourage you to say that. And if you want to say it to more than one person, feel free to say it to as many people as you want. And I also encourage you to be grateful. So send your appreciation and gratitude to the people in your life. To the people that you work with, to your family, to your friends. Send one word of appreciation. Hey, thank you so much today for thinking about me. Or if you had a friend who called you, say, you know what, I really appreciate that you called me to check up on me. I really did. And I really want to see you. Let's get together soon. Create like a coffee date or a dinner date or a lunch date with that person too, so you can see them and have more positive words to say to each other and more words of encouragement. And whenever you hear somebody saying negative things about themselves, stop them. Stop them, because you would not want to say those kinds of negative things to yourself. So your friends and your family should never say negative things about themselves, to themselves, and in front of you or in front of anybody. So please encourage people to speak good about themselves, to speak good about others, and especially I want you to encourage yourself to continue to inspire others and to be the best version that you can be each and every day. This is why I created Aasiyah TV. These are the things I want to talk about. These are the things that help us to be better people. Because we're not perfect, but we can always work to be our best selves every day. Till the next episode, stay tuned. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you like this video, please subscribe today. And if you really like what I got to say, share the video with your friends. You can, I think there's a link that'll be there below that YouTube gives you. You can go ahead and share it through your social media channels. Please let people know about Aasiyah TV and spread the word. And let me know what topics you want me to discuss, and I can go ahead and talk about it on Aasiyah TV. Also, just to let you know, I will be doing some interviews with certain people in different industries. I'll be interviewing a friend who does Reiki. I'll be interviewing some other people who do different types of healing modalities. I'll be talking to people who are into business, who do social media, everything. So I'm covering a lot of different topics in my channel, and I will be, not only am I going to be here talking to you like I do here every week, but I'm also going to be bringing you episodes with people that I'm interviewing who I know and who are going to be so beneficial to you in the lessons that you're going to be learning from them, and things that you can take away that will help improve your personal and professional life. So until the next episode, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day or the rest of your night, wherever you're located in the world. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.